Welcome back to Healthwise. With us is Dr. Michael Felton, and before the break we were talking about nutrition and how it relates to wound care. But I also want to give Dr. Felton time to tell the audience where the wound care center is, probably when it started, and I guess what made him decide to get involved with wound care.
Oh gosh. The Wound Care Center is located at Opelousas General Health Systems. We're on the 3rd floor. We're actually divided into 2 separate zones. We have the hyperbaric chambers, which are located in what I think used to be an ICU type area, and then the Wound Care Center, where we do just the wound care parts on the other side. We have 6 chambers active right now. They're all single place chambers so that you're not getting in with a bunch of other folks. You get into your own chamber, you can lie down, you watch television or not, listen to the radio, relax, and within an hour or so you're out, maybe an hour and a half, you're out of your treatment and go on to go home and again, continue trying to enjoy quality of life. On the wound care side, the ladies are just very, very busy. We have nurses that we handpicked and trained ourselves, who are specialists in what they do, and they are just fantastic. I want them to hear me say it. I've told them many times, they are absolutely fantastic. They carry the water and then some, and the bench and half the field, and these ladies are really good. They're very good at what they do. They're professionals. They take their professionalism very highly, just like you and I. We approach our job very seriously. These ladies are the best of the best. The nifty thing is we'll run 40 to 60 patients a day through that center 6 days a week, and they do it like clockwork, like a well-oiled machine. They move us physicians around as well as they move the patients around. By way of interest, Reggie, I'm a pilot. Aeronautical medicine has a tie-in with hyperbaric medicine in that it's involved with diving. Through the tutelage and guidance of my best friend, Dr. Ty Hargroder, he said, Felton, you need to look at hyperbarics, because he was into it already. I said, hyperbarics, oh, wait a minute, I like that. The science knowledge behind it in dealing with divers led into the use of hyperbaric oxygen for wound healing and treatment of various diseases like radiation, bone necrosis that comes from patients with radiation, when we can ameliorate that. They're even doing studies now with kids who have cerebral palsy and hyperbaric oxygen. I think you remember we had a patient who was receiving that. So again, it's a treatment modality that seems to be able to affect a whole lot of diseases, and I tend to be one of those cutting edge, want to do the latest kind of thing guys, so this was just a slide into something natural for me.
Right. Well, and I want to reiterate what Doc said about those nurses at wound care are awesome. I mean, I see them almost every day, and just as Doc works with them, I work with them also as far as bringing patients to them, and just to see the level of care that they give, and you almost have to wonder if Doc is giving them some happy pills, because I've never seen them upset, they treat all the patients with the utmost care. And some of these wounds are pretty substantial wounds, and I mean, I see trauma, but I mean, when you see some of these wounds, I mean, it even gives me pause, and I'm used to seeing trauma. So to have these nurses work every day with the same kind of wounds, and then you can see when they started getting some results, how they really, I mean, I think sometimes they're happier than the patients.
Yes, sir. It's that sense of it's not just standing on the sideline cheering a great basketball player or a runner on. You're literally pulling on that rope, trying to get them to healing. And the ladies buy into the idea we're part of your team.
Right.
And that commitment to, I'm not just here to punch the clock and go home. I'm here to fight for you, to help you get that wound healed. And that's what I think makes our nurses so special. They really have bought into that idea of, you're my patient. You're not just Dr. Felton's or Dr. Hargroder's patient, you're my patient, and I'm going to do everything I can with all my professional knowledge to take good care of you. And you'll even hear the nurses say, don't forget to take your vitamins, Miss So-and-so. Make sure you get something to eat, Mr. This and that. And that attention to those minute details, our nurses have learned that, and they pour that out, into their patient care. You've seen it, Reggie, that sense of, I'm going to do everything I can.
Sure.
And it makes it a fun place to work, and I think they're all nice ladies too, so it really helps.
And I mean, I really have to say that it's like their family. I mean, every one of those wound care nurses that I've seen, and even the new ones, I saw a couple of new ones, and they just fit into that mold, and they end up being, like I said, a big family. And I just got to hand it to Opelousas General Wound Care, and also the doctors. Also, I want to,
we try to behave.
Y'all really take a active interest in your patients and really want to help.
To let you know, and I think this is for patients in the area, if I can leave nothing else, those of us physicians who are there, we are blessed to have Dr. Hargroder and Dr. Thibodeau there as our leaders. These guys lecture internationally. They teach doctors from all over the world how to do what we do. Several Mondays ago I was there and they had a group of guys from Sweden who were there to learn. And Carrie Thibodeau was running them through things. Dr. Hargroder travels and lectures. I've traveled and done some wound care lecturing too, but again, these two guys, they're ones of a kind. You're not finding in a small town, 35, 40,000 folks in Opelousas, 2 international experts in wound care.
Wow.
We get calls from physicians all over the country. How do you fix this, guys? How do you do that? And these two cats will get out there and say, okay, buddy, you got something tough? Let me show you how it's done. So it's a great place to work.
Great. Well, okay. Well, once again, thank you, audience, for joining us on Healthwise, and we hope to see you next week. And thank you, Dr. Michael Felton, for joining us and explaining.
Always good to see you.
All right.
Healthwise is brought to you in part by Opelousas General Health System.